What is up, guys? TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another rebuild. It is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. They have the 5th pick in real life. Yeah, 5th pick. And for today's theme, we are going to be doing draft only because of how good the recent drafts have been. They took Skeens in 21, I believe, or 22. Was it 22 or 23? They took him recently. Hold on. I can actually just check. Yeah, 23. They took Connor Griffin. Was it last year? 24 with like the 7th or 8th pick. He's turned out to be an absolute stud. They took Bubba Chandler in the 4th round of 2021. Jared Jones they drafted. Took him in 2020 in the 2nd round. They also drafted Carmen Moldonsky. They've had a lot of success drafting. Yeah, and there's some players that aren't even here that they drafted. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead. We are allowed to trade for the real-life players that they already drafted, but to get new players, we will have to draft them. Henry Davis being famously the one that they missed on. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to make a bunch of trades. For the purposes of this video, we aren't going to be doing players who've signed internationally with the Pirates. It's only players who were drafted. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna make a couple trades, or at least attempt to. Yeah, all right, the first trade we're gonna make is for Nick Lodolo. Okay, there's a lot of players on here that were drafted by the Pirates, and for the purpose of this, I'm just saying drafted. They didn't have to sign to the team, but Nick Lodolo was drafted. Hold on, let me find it. He was drafted in the 2016 draft with the 41st overall pick by the Pittsburgh Pirates out of high school. Chose to go to college. Yeah, we can use him because he was drafted by the Pirates. So we're bringing him in. He's going to join an already great rotation. Okay, another player that you probably didn't know was drafted by the Pirates at one point is Trey Turner. He got drafted there out of high school. I think it was like the 20th round. Let me find the draft. It was the 20th round of the 2011 draft. He was taken with pick number 602 out of high school. Chose to go to college. We're going to trade away O'Neal Cruz and the password to get him. Yeah. Crazy. Alright, so we are going to get Eli White. He was drafted in... Fun part, just trying to find all these guys. Was he actually drafted and signed? No, hold on. He was drafted in 2015 in the 37th round by Pittsburgh. Declined to sign for the team, and then was later drafted by whatever team. I don't think it was the Braves. I think it was someone else. Let's see, who did he debut with? I guess it was Texas. Yeah, but he was drafted by the Pirates, so we do get to add him to this team. He was drafted in the 23rd round in 2015 by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Opted not to, sign with the Pirates, but nonetheless was drafted out of high school to the Pirates. So we get to use him. He's not great, but hopefully he can kind of just do a job for us. Yeah. All right, we're going to trade away Joey Bart and Shalyn Polanco for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Obviously played here for a very long time before being traded at the deadline last year. Hopefully he can kind of just do a job. I think, honestly, if we get... I don't know if they really have any other superstar hitters, but if we can get maybe a couple... If we could somehow draft a generational talent, then I think we'll be set up for success here. That's obviously the biggest if, but we'll draft enough good relief pitchers and closing pitchers where our pitching might be able to carry us. So, yeah. All right, we're gonna send Endy Rodriguez and Titus Dimitru over to the Rays for Brian Baker. The question was he actually drafted that year? He was drafted in the 40th round in 2013 by the Pirates, which is, if you don't know, the last round of that draft. Pick number 1,199. So, yeah, but we are going to be trading for him in this. He was obviously drafted 3 years later by a different team. I honestly have no idea who. Baltimore, I'm guessing. But yeah, we get Brian Baker. Don't know what other moves we can make, but we'll see. Alright, we're at the Home Run Derby. I mean, none of this really matters because we're not eligible yet. Who is our all-star? I'm guessing Skeens is somewhere in the realm. Oh my god, Lodolo is getting shelled. Clay Holmes. Sneak peek. Yeah, no Skeens, which is very interesting. Dennis Santana, kind of assume that he's going to be there. Ryan O'Hearn. Sucks that I can't keep him. Is he going down? Oh no, he's going up. Marcelo Zuna. Can't keep him either. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of players I can't keep, unfortunately. I'll show you guys the draft in a second. I don't know if we're going to make any more trades, but we might, so. Alright, we get Quinn Priester. He was drafted in the first round of 2019, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was actually by the Pirates. We're going to give up Ryan O'Hearn, Wilbur Dotel, and these other two guys to get him. Yeah. Alright, this is the draft we had. I think this is a pretty solid draft. Fortunately, a lot of... Well, this guy took a complete shot in the dark with our last pick. Yeah, I feel like this is an okay draft. We could have did better, but, you know, if we need to, these guys will develop. Next year, we got to take, like, all hitters. Probably going to be a couple catchers, maybe a couple infielders or an outfielder. I think for the second half of the season, I might intentionally tank. I might send most of the guys that we can down to AAA and then kind of just tank for a good pick, because this is all about drafts, so not going to really get the best guys if I'm middle of the pack, you know. So I think that's what we're going to do. All right, we still managed to win 70 games. See where that puts us. Damn, so we're looking at the 10th pick here. Yeah, we're looking at about the 7th or 8th pick, which kind of sucks. Might have to do the same thing next year. Who knows? We don't particularly care about the stats, so let's go ahead. Let's get into the off season and then kind of just go from there. So, yeah. All right, we are gonna get Shane Baz, whatever it is. He was drafted with the 12th overall pick in 2017 by the Pirates, and he did sign it. We are going to trade away Franklin Nugent. I feel like by the time he gets good, we're going to be done with this. And Marcelo Zuna. Obviously, I don't think he was even drafted at all. Pretty sure he was a international signing. So, yeah. We're coming back to a SDS. Why does this trade not go through? We're offering you 32-year-old, 85 overall, Brandon Lowe, who's on a great $4.8 million deal for the next forever. And we're trying to get Clay Holmes from you, who is 33 years old, 5 overall worse, and he's expiring after the season. Am I crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that this deal should probably go through? Am I insane for that? Considering they're asking for a second baseman, we're literally offering you probably like a top, 5 to 10 second baseman. I don't get it. And we do, dude, I wasn't even going to show it because we were at like the 8th pick, 6th pick actually. But we go up to number 1. That is huge. So we actually have a very good chance. I made a bunch of signings for some kind of like lower guys just to make us eligible. Yeah, this is lining up perfectly. Hopefully there's a good player in this draft that we can get. All right, we overpay a lot, but we are going to get Mike Burrows back. We're going to trade these 4 guys. Actually, I don't feel like it's that bad of a deal, honestly. So, yeah. All right, another question. Why does this trade just straight up not work? We're offering you a good player, 32 years old, don't get me wrong, 82 overall. He makes a decent amount of money. But we're going to take away a 29-year-old, so 3 years younger, but 17 overall worse. SDS, I need you to explain this to me, please. Dude, how in the fuck does this deal not go through? How, explain to me how this doesn't go through. Explain it to me. We finally get to go through. I had to make him a relief pitcher, because you know what? That's all he's going to be for us is a relief pitcher, so that's fine. We give up Dennis Santana. It is what it is. Alright, generational overpay, but apparently Blake Sable is the second coming, so we have to give up Mason Montgomery, Mitch Jebb, and Poyu Chen to get him. I think we are now actually eligible to try to make the playoffs. So yeah, I guess that's something to be excited for. All right, we're at the beginning of the season. We're going to go through every single player that can be on this team. So we got Skeens, Lodolo, Bubba Chandler, Jared Jones, Shane Boz. Then we have Brian Baker, Clay Holmes, Mitch Keller, Quinn Priester, Carmen Ladzinski, whatever it is, Braxton Ashcraft, Mike Burrows, Hunter Barco. There's some other, obviously, prospects like Seth Hernandez. These 4 guys can, but I'm just saying the ones that will probably be up. Both of these guys can be. I honestly don't know who our closer is going to be, and it honestly might be Brian Baker. But let's just count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I guess we'll go Hunter Barco 13. Hitting wise, we've got 1, 2, 3. He can't be up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paul DeYoung, another player I signed. 9, 10, 11. Signed him. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have some options. I don't think our hitting is there quite yet. I think Trey Turner and Connor Griffin are going to be amazing up the middle. Nick Gonzalez might go play the outfield somewhere. Honestly, Connor Griffin might play the outfield. Who knows? We're going to move some things around to try to make this work, but I don't think we're going to win the World Series this year. But I think our pitching is going to maybe get us to the playoffs almost. So, yeah, I might just release Brandon Lowe. I haven't decided yet. All right, we might have paid a lot, but I just wanted to get these 3 guys out of the way. They DFA'd Brandon Lowe. Wow. So we do give up Brandon Lowe and Brian Reynolds. We are going to get Garrett Cole. Yeah, he's probably going to regress throughout the season, but that's all right. Just kind of another arm to kind of raise the minimum. So, yeah. All right, home run derby. Brandon Lowe's here, even though he's not in the MLB. He has 30 home runs? Did he actually have 30 home runs for us? There's no shot. There's no shot that he had 30 home runs. That is actually the funniest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen that happen before. That's insane. Just take a look at the All-Star team. Our team is doing okay. Definitely don't think we're going to win the World Series this year, but I feel like maybe we can sneak into the playoffs with how bad our division is. Who are our All-Stars? Paul Skeens, doing okay. I feel like he's not as dominant this year as he was in last year's game. Anyone else? I'm hoping to see no Trey Turner, which sucks. Connor Griffin? No. So I'm guessing we just only have Skeens. Yeah. Alright, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Let's finish out the year. I'll show you guys the draft class in a second. Don't think I'm going to make any trades. Oh my god, we got a generational talent. We got a generational talent. We also... Ooh, this guy's a stud too. Not bad. Yeah, basically what we did was I changed all of our scouting to position players only. I mean, a lot of these guys aren't going to be high enough overalls to kind of go anywhere. These 2 were just randoms. But I literally just scouted catchers because catchers was our worst position, second baseman, and then third baseman. So, yeah, we hit on a few of these picks. I don't think either of these catchers are going to be ready enough for next year, but that's fine. This guy definitely will be. Next year's definitely the year. Next year's definitely the year we do it. All right, we win 88 and 74, make the playoffs. We are in the wild card. But the one good thing is our team is now eligible to actually attempt to win it. We probably won't, but Brian Baker led the league in saves, which is insane. Connor Griffin led the league in stolen bases. I'm hoping he won Rookie of the Year. Yes, he did. That is huge. No Skeens. Batting title goes to James Wood. Good for him. Connor Griffin, though, 300 in his rookie year at an 84 overall. He had a phenomenal season. Yeah, wow, this is a beautiful season. 16 home runs, not bad. Honestly, not bad whatsoever. Let's take a look at our team's WAR numbers. Let's see, Nick Gonzalez had 20 home runs. Trey Turner with 31. Wow. Wow. Trey Turner with a 5.3 WAR. Jared Triolo with a 4.7. Good for him. Connor Griffin with a 4.3. Ke'Bryan Hayes with a 3.8. And he actually hit, which is very surprising. Eli White with a 1.6. Nick Gonzalez with a 1.1. Henry Davis with a 0.9. I mean, it's good enough for me. And even, some of our bench bats even did pretty well. Jake McCarthy played a whole season, did okay. Connor Joe, Paul DeYoung. I'm guessing they took Adam Frazier off the team. Paul DeYoung is playing first base, and he actually hit really well. So that's something. I guess his defense just really sucked. Pitching-wise, though, Skeens with a 4.3, Bubba with a 3.4, Lodolo with a 2.6, Garrett Cole with a 2.5, still at an 84, which is good, so he should be good for one more year. Boz with a 1.1, Clay Holmes with a 1.1 out of the pen. Yeah, and the good thing is those starting pitchers we put in the bullpen are progressing. So next year, like, they're all going up. Next year, we'll be able to just take, like, Jared Jones, for instance, and switch him with Garrett Cole or Shane Boz or whatever. But if you guys, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of advice. If you have a C potential pitcher, wow, his potential went up, good for him. If you have a C potential pitcher, let's say he has 75 potential, and he's a starting pitcher. Carmen Ladonsky's not a starting pitcher. I don't know why he's listed as a starting pitcher. But regardless, if you want them to grow more, just turn them into a relief pitcher before the season starts. They'll grow. And then, let's say you're looking at year 3 of your rebuild being a World Series year, then you go ahead, turn them into a starter. They jump up like 8 or 9 overall. So, yeah. Unfortunately, since Skeens and Cole pitched the last 2 games of the season, we do have to run with other guys. Lodolo versus Drew, game 1. It's a loss. Chandler versus Horton. It's a W. Come on. Skeens versus Shota to move on. Is a W. It worked out in our favor. I'm going to go fix our rotation, and then we'll hop in against the Dodgers. It's probably where our run will end. Alright, the rotation does look a little wonky, but Nick Lodolo versus Shohei Ohtani, game 1. It's a W. Skeens versus Glasnow, game 2. It's a W. No way. Chandler versus Yamamoto to move on. Okay, it's a loss. Cole versus Sheehan. Oh, come on. I'm gonna fix our rotation. We gotta get Skeens on the bump here. Alright, Skeens versus Ohtani to move on. We lose. It's alright. We're very close, just very far away still. I think definitely with the addition of that new generational talent, we should be in a phenomenal spot. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any moves this offseason. There's literally the only play that I can get is Tyler Glasnow, but he's been untouchable for the last few years, so if he becomes gettable, then we'll go after him. Alright, so we did make a few changes to the physical team. Our generational talent will be playing first base. Connor Griffin has now moved to center field. Eli White's now in right, just to kind of make sure we've got good guys, good enough guys at every position. This team will definitely be led by Juan, Trey Turner, and Connor Griffin. Hopefully some of these other guys will step up. I feel like Jared Triolo and Key Brian Hayes will both do a great job. Nick Gonzalez should do a good job. But other than that, we just need the pitching staff to also do well, which they definitely should. Maybe one of these 2 guys will be ready to get called up by postseason time. Who knows? Yeah, and I mean, the rotation is as dirty as ever. Seth Hernandez hopefully might be ready to get called up soon. So, yeah, I think this is definitely the year. They have us as the 17th ranked, but I think we're definitely a lot better than that. So, yeah, I'll see you guys at the All-Star break. And we do pull off the blockbuster trade that we need. We're going to get Tyler Glasnow. We give up Brandon Holton, Seth Hernandez, Tom Koo, and Kaner Delgado. Was this a very steep price to pay? Absolutely. Was it worth it? Absolutely. We have a certified number 2. Yeah, I think we're going to move Cole out to the pen to be a long reliever. Yeah, this is the year we win it. This is the year we win it all. Alright, we're at the Home Run Derby. The team is doing okay. No one here from our team, which is, a little bit sad, but that's fine. We are somehow in second, and we're like almost tied for first, even though we're only 3 games above 500. Yeah, we're currently ranked 13th. I think as our players continue to progress, we shall continue to go up that ranking a little bit. We don't have an actual closer. Keep forgetting that. Who are our all-stars? Key Brian Hayes. Don't tell me that's the only all-star we have. Don't tell me that's the only all-star we have. That is the only all-star we have. Holy wow. Alright. That's alright. This draft probably won't matter, but I did draft. Maybe got some good guys, hopefully. So, yeah. So we did have an okay-ish draft. Yeah, I took a shot at this guy. It said he was going to be a beast. He wasn't. Same with this guy. But, I mean, we're not going to really see any of these guys, but if we, you know, kept going, these guys would definitely make a great impact. So, yeah, that being said, though, let's finish out the rest of the season. I think we should be, hopefully, a World Series contender. All right, we won 89 games, which is literally just one more, but we did get a bye. Which division was worse than us? So we barely beat out the Cubs. But the Mets, okay, so the East is the worst division. Dodgers, Padres, disgusting. We do make it in, though. Brian Baker, 58 saves. No shot in hell. No shot that he had 58 saves. How many blown saves did he have? Yeah, dude, he could have broke the record. 10 blown saves. If you literally would have just turned 5 of those into saves, you would have had the record. Oh, man, that hurts. That hurts the soul a little bit. Brian Baker, Delivery Man of the Year. Guardado, Rookie of the Year. 242, 20. Wow, he barely beat out Ryan Clifford. Up to an 84, though, which is good. So he's up 5. Yeah, I mean, an okay season. He was our DH. He didn't play in the field just because... wow, he had a negative .4 WAR and won Rookie of the Year. How bad was Ryan Clifford's WAR? 1.9. So maybe Ryan Clifford got snubbed. James Tibbs, he's been going off in real life. Keep an eye on him. Yeah, I feel like because we had him at first just so that Jared Triolo could be in the field because he was a lot better of a fielder. Trey Turner with a 5.5 WAR. Triolo, as we mentioned, wow, he's up to a B potential, good for him. 5.2 WAR. Key Brian Hayes with 5.1. Gonzalez with a 3. Connor Griffin with a 2.9. First year in center. Not a great year, but it's okay. Henry Davis continues to get better. 2.4 WAR. Eli White in right with a 1.6. Jared Oliva off the bench with a 0.4. Jake McCarthy sucked. Wow. Bubba Chandler 20-win season. Wow. Wow. And he was actually so much better than Skeens. That's insane. Yeah, he led our team in WAR with a 4. Ladola with a 3.5. Skeens with a 3.4. Glasnow with a 3. Boz with a 2.1. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Jared Jones and Clay Holmes are 2 losers of the year. Clay Holmes going down in overall, which kind of sucks. Jared Jones barely going up at all. Yeah, let's put together this team. Let's get into the playoffs. All right, we're taking on the Braves. Skeens versus Waldrop. Say W. Glasnow versus Strider. Say W. Ladola versus Schwellenbach. Say loss. Come on. Chandler versus Rodon. Oh, no. Baz versus Strider. Scary. I'm going to go make sure our lineup looks good and stuff because a little bit too close there. All right, we are taking on the Dodgers. Skeens versus Sheehan. Say W. Glasnow versus Ohtani. Say loss. Ladola versus Yamamoto. Say loss. Chandler versus Snell. Say loss. Come on. Baz versus Sheehan to stay alive. Say W. Come on. Skeens versus Ohtani to stay alive again. Come on. Glasnow versus Yamamoto to move on. We come back 3-1. We're taking on the Yankees. I'm going to go fix our rotation, then we're going to hop in. All right, we're in the World Series. Skeens versus Fried. Say loss. Glasnow versus Suarez. Say W. Chandler versus Steele. Say W. Ladola versus Fried. Is a loss. Baz versus Schlittler. Is a W. We are 1 win away. Take a look at the team. I could be wrong. Go through it slowly. Every one of these players were drafted at some point by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Whether they signed or not is not the question, but they were all drafted by the Pirates at one point or another. If I made any mistakes, let me know down in the comments below. I don't think I did. Without further ado, though, let's go win ourselves a World Series. All right, we do have Skeens on the bump for this game. Unfortunately, we are the away team because they have a better record than us. We start off very hot, but no runs from it, unfortunately. Come on, Skeens, show us why you were Cy Young last year. There we go. Come on, offense. Let's get some run support for him. We're going to give up the first run. Not going to answer. Skeens is still doing a job. We just need a hit here. Come on. We put up 2. Beautiful. Now Skeens, throw up a 0. Fantastic. Come on. No other runs from that. There we go. Offense, come on. Get us something. Okay, we get one more. Skeens. Skeens, what a game. We are up 3-1. Yankees are here after a 95-win season, which is better than our 89. Skeens is having a hell of a day, though. 1 earned run, 4 hits, 8 Ks. Ben Rice is up at the plate. We've got a 2-run cushion. We're going to let Skeens finish this one out. Think he deserves it in this one. He's had a hell of a game. No walks up to this point, too, which is great. No walks. Come on, Skeens, finish it off strong. Beautiful. Beautiful. No, it's way, wow, and he swings at that. All right, I was going to say that is way out. And we are your World Series champions. We get it done. Skeens gets the final out, a strikeout against Ben Rice. And we win the World Series for the first time in God knows how long. Eli White, 1 for 4 with a home run. Connor Griffin, 2 for 5 with a tank. Jared Triolo, 2 for 2 with the double. Great job from the guys. Rangers Suarez pitched a phenomenal game, just could not get the win in it. Who wins? Oh my God, I love when it does that. Who wins our postseason awards? It is going to be Jared Triolo, World Series MVP. Jake McCarthy, playoff MVP. You know what? We'll take that. Didn't show up in the regular season, but showed up when it mattered. We like that. So, that being said, we get another one done. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.